As an evil wind rises over the great sea, a hero of legend will set off on an epic adventure to defeat it and save the world. Hey guys, check out what I just stumbled into with one of my tingle bottles that I found lying on the beach for Windfall Island. Hey, listen! I told you to never show your face here again. Yeah, that's a pretty awesome pick, I'm gonna admit there. I think I would commit suicide if Navi returned on this game, personally. But quite honestly, what would be worse than Navi is if Fee appeared on this game. Like, seriously, if that happened, I would shut off the Wii U, put the gamepad down, go sit in the corner, and seriously go into a Tourette's syndrome fit. Like, that is how upset I would get if Fee ever made her face appear on this game. I would just... I don't know. I'd go crazy. As if I'm not already crazy enough. But anyway, we got mine here. Going places. Apparently several people loved this pick that I took. 4 people gave it a yeah, and that NPC in the background is giving you the stink eye. Well, it looks like he certainly is. Couldn't agree more there. Okay, that's enough of the nonsense, so I'm going to go ahead and close out of all that. I'm sorry if that was personal information that I just revealed for anyone, but, you know, Nintendo warned you about that, so it's at your own risk. Anyway, if I haven't introduced myself yet, this is Totem Wonderland. We're ready to hoist our sail and take off, which we do by pushing A. Someone's rocking my dream boat. And does sail pumping still work? It doesn't seem to. Or does it? I can't really tell. It might. Hold on, let me zoom out. I'm not really doing it fast enough, am I? As a matter of fact, I'm probably making it go slower. Yeah, it's kind of tedious on here, so I'm probably not going to do it too much. It seems like it got fixed. I really can't remember if it did or not. If it did, oh well. But yeah, I'm not going to do any more of that. What we do have is our next destination coming up, Dragon Roost Cavern. And by the way, I did, for some odd reason, grind up rupees. I have no idea why I even bothered. I just felt like it for some reason, I guess. And, yeah, I'm going to skip that platform. I'm not worried about what's on it. And we were near Paw Print Isle. It was somewhere around here. Oh, there's Beetle. I will stop for him, I guess. Because I meant to grab it earlier, but never did. We can get an item from him. Or rather, several items. Could we, like, cruise over to him faster? Thank you. Of course, it was my fault, because I should have got it in the first place, and then when I went past him, I had to turn around and go for him again anyway. So, we have another gay guy. As if Tingle wasn't bad enough. I swear, there's so many gay men on here. Like, seriously. Anyway, we're gonna get the bait bag. I doubt I really need too much of the all-purpose bait. I'm probably only gonna get, like, one of it. And skip through tons and tons of text. So, how's everyone doing, now that I've gotten through all that nonsense? Again, though, I thought the posts were funny enough. I think I am starting to take a liking for the tingle bottles, after all. Just because of how funny and hilarious some of the things you can find on the beach, like people sending stuff in bottles, can be. Okay, and I'm just gonna, like, completely overload on the highway. I want to say that's how you pronounce it. Or is it one of those hoi pairs? Maybe the Y's silent, I don't know. It's either hoi or hioi. I don't know how you pronounce that, actually. And we're gonna get thanked to death. The only reason I'm doing this is just for insurance, because I want to have plenty of those things for whenever I do something later on that I'll need them for. Bye! Okay, let's get away from you. You creep me out. Actually, no, he doesn't. Beetle actually is pretty awesome, in my opinion. And I'm glad he made an appearance in Skyward Sword yet again. Although, I'm not sure why they thought it was necessary for him to have him pedaling a bike. I guess they were just trying to go for that antiquated effect where on that game, Skyward Sword's like more predated, so they were trying to have older technology. But what doesn't make sense is there's still like technology of like the robots and the time stones, like in that area of Lanayru Desert. I can't remember the name of them off the top of my head, but it's that tribe. They look like robots. It's gonna bother me by not knowing what their names are. But anyway, my point is, it's just funny how they have Tingle like show up. Yay for getting a rupee in a cutscene. And here we are at Dragon Roost Island. Another pretty awesome place. Also home to the evolved Zoras, according to Hyrule Historia. So yeah, for those who don't know, and how awesome for another bottle to be right there on the beach when I just arrived. And exactly how long have you had that in your mouth? Like seriously, do I really want to know how long you've been carrying that in your mouth? We unfortunately get an item that was once pretty broken, but no longer has as much use in this game. I am sad about that. I missed which way I had to point. I think it was this way. Yes, it was. But yeah, this used to be like the most broken item in the game. And naturally, Nintendo fixed it. But we have the legendary Wind Waker. Dead silence as far as what it could have once been. Okay, let me look here. Oh, you're gonna love this. I'm gonna go ahead and show this. This is pretty quick and appropriate, actually, for what I just got. And I'm sorry if I keep pausing for these, but they're so hilarious. If it's funny enough, I'll definitely open them up. Really bad Hioi pair. I'll say. Okay, that was fun enough for a laugh. So yeah, Hioi pairs, Hoi pairs, whatever they are. I have no idea. You'll notice that the Wind Waker has been put on a specific button. It's now on the up button for the control pad. Anyway, now to explain something that used to be really cool but no longer happens. If I can do it here. I can't even activate it, I don't think. Okay, there, I tried to get it. What happens is when you try to do Wind Waker, as soon as you pull yourself up on the ledge, it instantly cancels you out of the HUD as soon as you go airborne. So they pretty much got rid of Wind Waker diving, which is pretty upsetting actually for people who love to exploit the glitches on this game, including me. So this is a real major bummer. Because you can't do Wind Waker diving though, dry storage has now been removed. And they've tried so far to like do it off of ledges where like you get pushed down at a very small margin, but it still doesn't work. So unfortunately, as far as we know, dry storage is now absent on this game. And geez, another Tingle bottle. Kind of interesting that it appeared right there. Okay, yes, I'm not going to bother showing that. It wasn't interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and learn the song. So yeah, with storage gone, or at least as far as we know, there's more than one way to get storage. Doing it with the Wind Waker is known as dry storage. So because Wind Waker diving was fixed, apparently, we can't do it that way anymore. And there was a method before it that was called a... it was just called storage in the past, but it used to be done with forest water, which is an item that you can still get on this game, but they actually made a fix for it too, where you can't use storage on it anymore, because you have to do it with a text box that would appear once this forest water became regular water, but they removed the text box, so you can't do the storage with that either. Anyway, that was Zephos, who apparently was the owner of the Wind's Requiem. Totally not a ripoff of Zephyr, the actual Greek god in real life. But anyway, we're gonna move on. So yeah, there's just another Tingle bottle. You're tempting, but I'm not gonna get it. I'd rather move on with the main game here. And oh my god, there is a small exploit here that you can do, but I hate this jump so freaking much. There we go. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I just wasn't doing it right, I think, for the most part. Although I didn't throw that bomb properly. See, this is why I cannot ever do a speed run of this game, guys. I blunder too much. Okay, I did use the shield there to successfully prevent myself from taking damage, which is always nice. And here we are with Quill, our good old buddy that we saw at Outset Island. And there was also another method here where storage could have helped you skip this cutscene, but that's also gone too. So yeah, because storage got removed, there's just so much that's like no longer possible that it's infuriating for people who love the glitches. Like, I know that's a really hard perspective to understand if you're someone who's not familiar with glitches or just is new to it or doesn't really get the point of it, but you know, it's just one of those things for those who are familiar with it. You know, it's a disappointment. And for all we know, storage may actually exist on here, just in a different way. But as of now, we don't know any particular method that's going to work. There was one idea, I think, that involved the elixir soup, but it hasn't really shown any success from what I've heard anyway. This stuff is pretty recent, though. So, you know, just give the hackers and glitchers a little bit more time, and I'm sure they'll probably find something somewhere, some way, and they might even find new glitches altogether, you know, because these games, as far as, like, glitches being known on them, it hasn't been that long, actually. I want to say 2010. I'm pretty sure. That's, like, when storage itself, I think, was discovered. And that's when there was, like, all kinds of stuff that opened up as well, not even just storage. But that was like the big year for glitching of this game. Well, the GameCube version, that is. Not so much this version of it. Totally love the one Rito who has a mohawk in the background. Anyway, we have the delivery bag. This is an item you used to be able to skip in the GameCube version, but you can't do that on this version, as far as I know. And it only has, like, one purpose anyway, if you, like, mainstream the game, so it's a pretty useless item, actually. This game has an obsession with bags, if you couldn't tell. Because we already have a spoils bag, now we have a delivery bag, like, seriously, and a bait bag. So yeah, like, seriously, what's up with all the bags? Anyway, here's Medli. Gonna get our letter, or rather, father's letter. So yeah, all this is pretty normal as far as what I'm doing here. There's like nothing that's like spectacular. As a matter of fact, the only thing that was special was when I had done that like jump to skip all those rocks so I didn't have to bomb them all. Because normally you have to bomb like a series of rocks and go that way, which takes a good minute or so, but the trick I showed, and it actually did not take me that long either to be able to do that, it's just I wasn't doing it right the first time. Anyway, let's get your letter out. Give it to you. Eyeing the item that we need to progress through the story, and it's right in front of our face, and we still can't get it. We basically have to prove ourselves, according to what Prince Kamali is telling us. He's like such a snob when you first meet him. And then afterwards, it's like, oh yeah, you did actually do awesome things. I'm sorry. Can you ever forgive me? Oh my god, what was that? Like, don't crash on the steps. Jeez. Yeah, Prince Kamali, at least he shows character, like as far as, you know, changing his attitude for Link. And that's kind of neat. But at the same time, like I said, you just can't help it but point out that there's all kinds of snobs here on this island. Well, not necessarily here, in the whole game, actually. Dragon Roost is probably pretty light with snobs. I would say Windfall has the most. Anyway, I'm going to set the wind for north. The only reason for that is because the wind will constantly be blowing north for when I'm about to pitch Medli here. And it was just recently found that you could skip getting the bottle from Medli altogether here, and it involved a different glitch called Super Swims, where you would go to a submarine further south, and then you would super swim back up here. It was a little bit convoluted, but it did save time, apparently, as far as speedrunning the game would go. Again, though, it's not possible on here, because in order to do Super Swims, you have to do storage first. So that's what sucks about that. Again, so much potential is now gone, and that was hilarious. Like, seriously, I didn't even mean to do that. I meant to grab her first and go to the ledge and then pitch her. Ah, but you deserve it, duck girl. And that little hop I made I don't think was necessary. Yeah, because the cutscene automatically drags you up to close to where she's at anyway, so that was kind of pointless. Anyway, duck girl. You know how the Ritos kind of look like ducks. I still find it a little bit confusing how they're supposed to be evolutions of Zoras. I guess it has something to do with the scales, maybe, and for climbing up on the mountains. I don't know how that works exactly. Evolution, you know, try explaining that. It's really complicated. But, you know how, like, Medli and other characters have, let's get this item first. They have, like, bills. Well, my cousin and I, when we first played this game, we loved Medli so much as a character. And what we would do is, as odd as this sounds, I would be Prince Kamali and my cousin would be Medli. And we would always grab, you know, Pringles. You know how you can make, like, duck faces with Pringles? The chips. It's like a snack. But all the time people make duck faces with those. And that was like a second too late when I pitched that. I can never get it right as far as how many times you have to wait for that to flash before it goes off, actually. It's different between each Zelda game as far as the number of times the bomb flashes before it actually detonates. Anyway, my story, real quick. Yeah, my cousin would be Medli and I'd be Prince Kamali. And we would always use those Pringles to pretend that we were those characters. It was so freaking funny and a lot of fun as a kid. But now you look back and it's like, what the crap were we thinking to do that? Ah, the joys of being a kid. I have a... What is my, like, sudden fetish with trying to roll into the ground like that so much? I'm gonna try something real quick here, by the way. This is pretty stupid, and yes, bomb boosting still works. That's awesome. So I could have skipped that particular statue there. I wasn't sure if that was going to work or not. That was a complete risk. But anyway, we're here at Dragon Roost Cavern, the first main dungeon of the game. Forsaken Fortress was a bit of a tease for us. But I'm actually going to stop it here, because I have stuff that I have to try to practice here first before I can figure out what's the best route to show glitches for you guys. Till then, now, this is ToadinWonderland. I will see you guys back, completing this dungeon, and hopefully doing it like a total ninja. See you guys later.